Hey guys, and welcome back to the Rock Up YouTube channel, your #1 pit stop for all things Eurovision this year. And we're continuing on our trail to cover all of Super Saturday's confirmations, which means today I'm going to be listening to Lithuania. That's right, in this video I'm going to be reacting to the song Tavo akys by the song Katarsis. Hopefully didn't butcher that pronunciation too much. Don't hate me if I did. Which is the song that will represent Lithuania in Switzerland this May. And I'm going into this super excited because Lithuania is such an unpredictable nation at Eurovision, but I say that in such a positive way. From year to year to year, we're talking from like the 60s vibes of Monica Liu to the mid-tempo romance of Monica Linkite, and then the up-tempo twink himself, Sylvester Belt last year. Loved all three of those entries, so Lithuania are on a really good run for me, but there is really no knowing what you're going to get from them. So going into this completely blind, but with a high bar to keep up with, as their current form is really been impressing me. But as I said, I'm super behind with catching up as usual, so I'm not going to waste any more time. We are going to get on with reacting, but before we do begin, as ever, it would be amazing to remind you to subscribe to this channel. I've just cleared the 800 benchmark that I was really super aiming for, but I'm not stopping there. I really want as many of you as possible to join me along for a camp all time, all the way through till May. I'm loving this year's Eurovision, so if you want to join me all the way through till May, give that subscribe button a hammer, give the video a like, and hit that bell for notifications every time I upload a video, because there's no stopping now. So let's get this shit going. This is Lithuania's entry, Tavo akys by Katarsis. Let's hit play. This is already feeling a lot like moodier than last year. I'm getting a darker energy. I can't see you beneath that hair. I feel like I'm in for like a heartfelt, emotional journey here with like a rock edge. I love the look though. I don't know if we've had much so far that kind of enters into the rock realm, but this is starting off promising. I like this. I think this feels inspired. This is not rock in like a pop way to please Eurovision. This has like a real feeling about it. There's a real intensity in this singer's eyes. I'd like a different performance to this at Eurovision because I think this performer has a real like strong performance quality, the drama provided in the eyes. I'd love to see a different world created to the one we've got currently, but I like what I'm watching. Great vocals as well. This is really going to stand out. I think this is super strong, and it's completely different to the way that a lot of rock artists approach Eurovision. It's moody, it's angsty, but it's coming from the soul, and I believe it. Real feeling. I have to say, going into this, I didn't realise Katarsis were a band, and I mean, that's pleasantly surprised me. I don't think we've had many bands so far at Eurovision this year, but I really liked this approach at rock. I feel often when rock entries are sent to Eurovision, they're often sort of tailored slightly so that they are sort of friendly to a pop listener as well. I'm thinking of something like, I don't know, Dark Side by Blind Channel, and sometimes they commercialized a bit, but this wasn't. This had like a real like 90s grunge element to it. It felt very genuine. It didn't feel like they were trying to write a Eurovision song, and I actually wind up really respecting that because I feel like there was a real genuine artistry behind it. This probably isn't the type of song that I'm gonna absolutely hammer to death. If you watch my channel, you know I love the pop girlies, but I'm always one to appreciate when I can feel like music really comes from the heart, if it doesn't sort of feel like overly produced or like it's come from a writing camp. There's something that's really touching about when a country like Lithuania or Latvia, you know, some of these smaller countries, when they introduce you to their culture and they bring you something that really feels like it could have been written in their bedroom and now it's been brought to the Eurovision stage, which has a real charm to it. This did have a charm to it, and it was performed really well. I thought the lead singer was fantastic. I thought that the lead singer really sort of showed that intensity in the eyes, the costuming, all of it felt very depressing and grungy. but it immediately put me into this world where I knew exactly what they were trying to sell me, and I can't really fault them for that. As I say, is this going in as one of my favourites? No, but it's also nowhere near the bottom of the pack, and I think it's a really important entry to have in this year's Eurovision. It's very different from the rest of the pack, and I think it makes a really great addition that will definitely have its own crowd at Eurovision. So I could see this doing quite well for Lithuania. Would I like to see some staging changes for Eurovision? I think I would. I think they could do more with this, and that's because I'm impressed with the lead singer as well. As I said, I saw a lot of intensity from that performer. I saw that he knew how to work the camera. So I'd love to see something that lent even further into this grungy world. I want to feel the moodiness in every aspect of the staging, and I think they could do something more creative to sell that vision at Eurovision. But they may well now have the budget to do so. I know that the Lithuanian national final has like 1 million entries in it, so God knows what they're allowed to do on stage, but I think they could go even further with this to really sort of sell that depression.
Like not so I'm painting the depression on.
Weird sentence, but you know what I mean. It's hard to know how an entry like this will do at Eurovision because rock can go one of two ways. It brings something different, and that's why I think it could qualify, because it's going to stand out. But it depends. Sometimes I'm thinking bands like Sudden Lights for Latvia in 2023, LPS for Slovenia 2022. Sometimes these rock bands, like the Eurovision stage isn't the best place for these songs. Sometimes they can feel empty and like the emotion doesn't quite translate when it gets to like a massive arena. That could be a problem for this. I'm on the fence as to whether it would qualify, but as I say, if it did, I think it would have a real strong fan base in the final, because I don't see much else sounding like this. Also, like hearing Lithuanian again, ticking the box for a national language, and it's definitely interesting to hear like a shoegaze punk sound at Eurovision, so good on them for getting the ticket. You don't hear songs like this at Eurovision a lot, so make the most of it and vote for it if you love it. That's what I think. On the fence with this one, but definitely enjoying the vibe. But what do you think? Let me know down below. Are you a Lithuanian who's super proud of this entry, or if it's just not up your street? Always open to hearing all opinions and having discussions with people from the country that I'm reacting to, who can let me know a little bit more about what these songs are about, how they feel, how it's going down back in their country. Love hearing all of that. As I say, quick reminder to subscribe, like, and hit the bell for notifications. But that brings me to the end of this video. So, sending love to you in Lithuania. All the best. Will we see you in the final again? Who knows? And last but not least, good night.